So the president is now saying that Antifa is a major terrorist organization, and then he's going to go after the people who fund it. And 10 years now, man. I mean, this has been a decade, Mr. President, that we've known about Antifa doing things violently and being funded by, allegedly George Soros interests or whatever it may be. But I find it a little bit misleading, or maybe my anger is misplaced right now, because I'm all about just dialogue and being positive. The fact that you hired Scott Bassett and he is a former George Soros employee, it kind of leads me to believe like you're all about the money in a way, like you're just about business. And I voted for it, like I get it, I understand what you stand for, but if we're not going to be honest about like who you're, I mean, basically who owns you, private equity, whether it be Apollo with Leon Black and your buddy Leon Black and you hiring his son Benjamin Black, that's a big deal to me because the people that are up on that Epstein list, as people are calling it, if you look at it and what they're asking for, they're asking for all this information, and people don't know this part, but on September 11th, there was actually a letter that was written to the Treasury Department for records of over 50 people involved with Epstein list, and they want all the Treasury documents to say how did all this money get funneled, and I read the list off and I read all the people in charge, and I'm just asking, Mr. President, before we go throw blame on both sides, listen, I hate Antifa. I think it's a terrorist organization. I got you. But we know who funds them. And then I know who funds the other side too. And the other side who's funding, all your agenda happens to be on the Epstein list. I mean, am I wrong on this? Do me a favor. Tell me the lawyers who manage Epstein's estate. You tell me the lawyers who manage his estate, and I'm going to show you a group of attorneys that write checks to you, Donald Trump. They write checks to you for rent. They rent right out of one of your New York buildings. And that's why it's a conflict of interest to me. That's why it pisses me off that we're exposed to this stuff, because it's possible for you to be compromised. The president of the United States, it is very possible for you to be compromised because of your social ties and your professional ties. And I voted for you. But that's been my issue because I've seen you in the inner circles with Leon Black, and you're with him everywhere, right? It's like 6 degrees of separation. You disassociate yourself with Jeffrey Epstein, and we're good with it. Like, everybody says it. Like, okay, Trump disowned him the minute he found out he got charged with whatever. Yeah, but you didn't dismiss Leon Black. You kept him around. I've got pictures of you and him in Russia, 20 years apart. So you've had him with you the whole time, and we now know, what we've known, is that he was allegedly the funding money of Jeffrey Epstein. And he bought his immunity in the Virgin Islands, and it's not fair. It's not fair for you to play both sides or to be the tough guy now to this organization when, yeah, you know what? I don't like burned down cities, and I don't like, damage, destruction. I don't like all that. What George Soros does, delivering bricks to cities and they start doing riots. I hate it. But you know what I hate more than that? Like, honestly, I hate when grown adults attack children. That's what I hate. Sex traffic them. When they do anything, abuse children. That's what I hate. All right, I said my piece. I feel a certain way about this because no one in that Justice Department, not Pam Bondi, not you, no one has been on the up and up about exposing the truth that happens in Wall Street and on the Hill. And it's like everyone's protecting somebody that's not there. And that person who's not there are the 1%ers. And they manipulate outcomes. And, I see Candace going after him. And I ask you, she went after Bill Ackman, man. The 1%ers, the people who actually manipulate info. Paul Singer, right? They're going after Elliott Management. They're going after you, Drexel Burnham Lambert alum. They're going after all those guys. And those are the guys that you are in bed with, Mr. President. So, as much as I hate George Soros, I also have a problem with private equity. And maybe that's why I'm here.